if anyone's just coming in, welcome in. We did a little bit for an hour and a half of introduction to particle physics, and we did some really, really basic things. Couple of revision things that we did. We talked about the fundamental forces. There are 4 fundamental forces that exist in the universe: the strong nuclear, the electromagnetic, the weak nuclear, and the gravitational. The gravitational and the electromagnetic are at infinity ranges based on the inverse square law that they both represent. However, the strong nuclear and the weak nuclear are both very, very short, but they're very, very powerful. In fact, the strong nuclear is actually the strongest fundamental force that exists, and it's the thing that sticks protons and neutrons together in the atom. Electromagnetic force has got to do with charged particles, the whole attractiveness between oppositely charged particles, the interaction in fields, the repulsion between the same charged particles. That's all got to do with the electromagnetic force. The weak nuclear force has got to do with radiation, with beta decay, and the thing that causes particles to decay into smaller atoms to decay into smaller atoms. The gravitational force is got to do with celestial bodies. This is all about what Newton worked on, and how, you know, the moon rotates around the Earth, and how the Earth rotates around the sun, how basically any rocket ship launch and landing works. It's all got to do around the gravitational force. Then we did a bit of a crash course on the atom. What parts constitute the atom? We have the protons and we have the neutrons. The protons in an atom, so this example here, I have a helium atom. We have 2 electrons rotating around. We define the atom based on the amount of protons. So because this structure here has 2 protons, this is a helium atom. If I remove or add neutrons, these neutral particles in the atom, it determines what kind of isotope it is. It becomes heavier or lighter as an atom, but the charge remains the same. However, if I start flicking off the electrons off the atom, the electrons define whether or not the particle will become charged, whether or not it will become an ion. So that's the overview of what an atom kind of looks like and how it behaves. Then we started breaking down even further. Okay, let's grab that proton and smash it. What's inside a proton? Well, there are things called quarks, and not quirky, they're just quarks. Actually, they are quirky quarks in a weird way. And not usually, in all protons and in all neutrons even, there are 3 quarks. But there are 6 different types of quarks. Let's look at them. So there's the up quark, the down quark, the charm, strange, top, and bottom. And they do all have charge. So the up one has plus 2/3 charge, and the down one has minus 1/3 of a charge. And the way these were discovered, or the little bit of story behind it, is that the up and down was discovered first. Very easy to see why they were labeled up and down. Then the strange was discovered because when they were doing particle physics and discovered this particle, they were kind of like, this particle is decaying very much too slowly. This is strange. Later they found charm, which was its reflective opposite particle, and they kind of had to counter the weird name they gave this particle, the strange particle, so they gave it a charming name. And finally, they later discovered top and bottom. Originally, it was truth and beauty, but unfortunately, it did not stick, and they decided to use top and bottom. I personally vote for truth and beauty to be the legitimate ones. Now, we have a proton and a neutron, and they both have charge. The neutron has 0 charge, and the proton has a positive 1 charge. So two ups and 1 down will make 1 positive charge. You can just add up these fractions and it'll make up plus positive 1. And then a neutron is 1 up and 2 downs. If you add all these fractions up together, it will give you a neutral charge. So it's conservation of charge happening here, and that is how quarks are made up of. The thing that differentiates between these 2 ups is their color. Not exactly their color, but we talk about it being kind of color. There's red, green, and blue, and they interchange this color all the time. And the messenger, the transmitter formed between them, is a massless particle called a gluon. And I talked about it later. It's the thing that keeps them together. But what's really, really cool is that when we played the video game Black Mesa, there's literally something called a gluon gun that vaporizes people and monsters. So I thought that was a really crafty name for a gun because it's the thing that keeps the particles together, and so it vaporizes. Anyways, in conclusion, I thought that was a really good gun name for the game. But yeah, that's all we managed to hit today. We didn't break down the electron, so we broke down what the proton is made up of. We broke down what the neutron is made up of, but we didn't break down the electron because the electron is an elementary particle. It doesn't break down any further than that, and it is not a quark, and we'll get to that in the next lesson. So there we go. That is the hardcore revision of our introduction to particle physics today.